YouTube, we are doing our dream ticket review. You log in, you get a dream ticket. It's not like a regular ticket. A dream ticket can be used on a main or mini box for an ultra rare or a super rare, because we're getting both of them. They expire if you don't use them. So let's get to it.
There can only be one winner, and you're looking at him. Let's go.
Starting off, you always know, if you're getting dream tickets, wait for the review. If you're thinking, oh, you were late with this review, I was not. We needed to wait for a Meta Weekly to get the results, to have a better review, and it was the day we got these super rare dream tickets. So make sure you watch me live on Twitch, as you would have seen the review as soon as you got your super rare dream ticket. Now, the last review was 2 months ago. Some things have changed since 2 months ago, so you want to update, even if you have older dream tickets, into this new review. Now, your older dream tickets are not going to be usable on cards that are new, but older cards become top tier as new metas form. So pay attention to this review, because it will be applied to even your older cards. These are the 4th year dream tickets to celebrate the 4th year of Yu-Gi-Oh! It's only usable up to the Arena of Sanctuary mini box. So all of these not usable on. Now, there are limited sales happening right now that could affect your choice with your dream ticket. You may want to use up your gems on the selection boxes that are available until February 15th. Also, your half-off gems on 1 through 17 boxes. Very nice. Now, here are your priorities with using your dream ticket. A main box card ultra rare is worth about $100. So it is worth more than a mini, unless you don't plan on using your dream ticket, your gems or money on a mini box. Over nothing else. Do not use your dream tickets on a structure deck or an event card. Do not do it. Now, you could wait close to the expiration of when to use your dream ticket, and the expiration is 2022 January. You have a full year. KC Cup happening soon could be another reason why you want to use your ticket. There's a KC Cup in February. It's a 72-hour event, and you use that event to qualify for Worlds by getting first place. You can also wait with your dream ticket after a KC Cup, because usually a ban list happens, so you want to wait after a ban list to use your dream ticket on after the ban list. Or you want to use the ticket to do well in a KC Cup that's about to happen, or you wait on the last day for expiration. So those are priorities. History has shown, even though new cards are not going to be usable with your dream ticket as they come out, older cards become top tier, even part of core newly top tier decks. For example, they added new Blackwing support. A really old Black Whirlwind became top tier. They added Dark Lord support. The old Dark Lord cards became top tier and core to the deck. So you never know. The number 0 rule is the meta is always changing. Please understand that. Stay up to date with the meta through Duel Links meta events on twitch.tv/duellinksmeta. Also, continue to watch the YouTube or go to duellinksmeta.com. Now, important disclaimer, the current tier list is going to be based off of this. This is what the current top tier is, and Blue Eyes is considered high potential, but for the purpose of this review, I'm going to place it on the tier list early. The TPC will be putting this on the tier list, but this was the week that Blue Eyes came out, so there's no way to place it on the tier list before they even came out, but I do believe it's going to be tier 2 at least. We're also using the power rankings, which is not waiting for a top player council to analyze results. It automatically takes results and places them where they believe. It just automatically places them. It's not opinionated. It's objectively what's doing well. Give it a power rating, and Blue Eyes is considered tier 1 in the power rankings. So make sure you check out that part of the tier list page on the website. Also, what else might be on the tier list but isn't there yet? Maybe in a couple weeks, Fire Kings or Dark Lords might be on the tier list, maybe. Dark Lords with Star Seraph. Fire Kings are seeing some recent good success. So most recently, we're going to look at some top deck breakdowns, or at least one of the most recent tournament to help with our analytics, analyzing. So context, within 2 weeks we have had released a new structure deck, a new selection box, a new main box, and the alternative white dragon. That's all within 2 weeks. It's been quite eventful in the past 2 weeks. These have basically resulted in Blue Eyes becoming top tier, Thunder Dragons becoming top tier, Noble Knights becoming more top tier, and Book of Moon came out. That's a big deal. So this is what the breakdown looks like with all of those releases. Noble Knights being the most played deck. Right behind that is Blue Eyes and then Thunder Dragons. So the top 3 most notably newest changes to the tier list on the meta are the top 3 most played. Now, for top performing, Thunder Dragons did not perform too well. I don't know if they had a bad week or got unlucky. You could just consider this when going through these results. Also, looking out for the Meta Championship Series, $1,400 global tournament. That's going to be a better guide of what's doing well. So let's hop into it. Number 1 rule is you want to click on boxes when you're going through your dream tickets. Do not uncheck this. This will automatically exclude a bunch of event cards that you should not be spending your dream ticket on. Also, even when you click on boxes, it's not foolproof. It's still going to show you structure decks. Do not use your ticket on a structure deck card. Do not. A main box ultra rare is worth $100. Costed me about $400 to get 3 of all of a new main box. So with your ticket priority, with your ultra rare and your super rare, number 1, use on a top tier deck's core card, core to the deck. You need it to play the deck. Then I would say use it on a staple tech card that many decks use or many top tier decks use. Then you could think of useful extra and or tech cards that many decks use. So some examples. Techs that have been popular for a long time are Karma Cut, Cosmic Cyclone, and Raigeki Break. We're going to get to the analytics soon. And a good extra deck card that's seen use for a very long time is Vermilion Dragon Mech. Now, let's move on. A top tier deck's core card is only as good as the deck is in the meta. So it is a risk. It's a big downside if you spend your dream ticket on a core card of your favorite deck, but then your favorite deck is no longer top tier. So it would be good to make sure you really like the top tier deck you spend your dream ticket on, so that in case it gets hit by the ban list, that you will probably still play the deck after it gets hit by the ban list. It will still likely be King of Games worthy. So that could be a downside. Now, the last stream ticket, you could not use it on these boxes. These boxes are now usable for your dream ticket. So that's some great news. You cannot use your dream ticket right now on these boxes. So basically, the introduction of Exceeds, you can't use your dream ticket on these. So what that means is, here are a bunch of cards you cannot use your dream ticket on. All of these. A lot of Exceeds, Leveneer, Fiendish Chain's a big one. You can't do it. Now, if you are considering using your dream ticket on any of these cards, maybe, up to you, I'm not telling you to do it, you could consider using the sale in the shop first, okay? We got Sphere, Cosmic, all this good stuff. So before you use your dream ticket, maybe $5 and you just want to get through that way anyway. Also, consider the selection boxes before using your dream ticket. You may get lucky. You can only get 10 packs of a selection box before having to spend money on them. So see if you get lucky. Here are notable top tier cards or cards being used in top tier decks. Look at that. Sphere, Offerings, Cosmic. The Noble Knight cards are in a structure deck, so I wouldn't even try to get them. Just get the structure deck ones. Come on, do it. Or, if you're really free to play, sure, this is your chance to get them. Here are some other cards. You have Stratos where you can't even use a dream ticket on it. The selection box, they have some good stuff. But Konami also on purpose leaves out a lot of good stuff, and we'll be talking about those cards soon. So this is the latest selection box, and as it should have the most usable cards that are being used in tier decks, or otherwise Konami's not doing the selection box correctly. Now, top staple cards, which is the number 2 priority. So we're going to go with the number 2 priority before the number 1 priority. So 2 months ago, this is what the top staples looks like. Cosmic, Ballista, Lance, Fiendish Chain, and Karma Cut. Now here are the current staples. So no longer is Lance considered a top staple, and Ballista also fell off. Newly added is Canadia and some Exceeds that you can't use your dream ticket on anyway. Karma Cut remained. So did Cosmic Cyclone. So those are 2 good cards to use your dream ticket on. So there you go, Karma Cut. I like to focus on the top tier decks, how many of them are not using a card like Karma Cut. So you see how core it is to the deck, even though it's attack and it's not actually core to the deck. Every Invoke Neos is using it. Only 5% of Noble Knights are not using it. It's also the #1 most used card of all of Duel Links. Maybe Karma Cut could be limited to 3 because you're fearing that Cosmic Cyclone was the most popular, then it got limited. You don't want to spend your dream ticket on a card about to get limited, right? Well, Canadia didn't get limited, and that was a most used card. And I believe Cosmic is a timeless card. It also enables a ton of skills, so it made a lot of sense for Cyclone to get limited. I don't think Karma Cut will get limited, so I wouldn't fear it based off of the precedent that's been set. But you never know, Konami could be unpredictable. Also, because it's not a core card to any of these decks, here are cards that could replace Karma Cut. So if you're okay with using any of these other cards instead of Karma Cut, maybe you want to save your dream ticket and not use it on Karma Cut, your deck's not going to be unplayable because you don't have Karma Cut, okay? Then we have Cosmic Cyclone. These are the top decks that it's being used in. Notice how it's not being used in any Tier 1 or Tier 2 decks, just Tier 3. Cosmic Cyclone has fallen off in popularity quite a lot, but is still a top used card. It's also in the shop. It's also in the Selection Box Mini 1, so you try to get it from there. Here are Cosmic Cyclone replacements if you don't have Cosmic Cyclone. Here are some cards to potentially replace the use of the Cosmic Cyclone. Then we have Canadia. Canadia, 73% not being used in Noble Knights, but still being used. 48% not being used in Invoke Neos, but still being used. It is from the shop, so consider buying it. And also, just looking at the popularity, in addition to talked about staples, last 3 weeks of most popular used cards for topping tournaments and reaching King of Games, and what you could use your ticket on. Karma, Cyclone, Raigeki, Vermilion Dragon Mech, and Canadia. Very good. Moving on. Here are the deck breakdowns, which are automated based on the last few weeks of tournament decks. Now, for this review, even though Blue Eyes is not top tier yet, as it's placed on high potential because the tier list update came out before the release of Blue Eyes, we're going to put on tier 2 early. It might be tier 1 though. We don't know. But I'm going to place it on tier 2 for this review. Right now we have one tier 1 deck, and that is Noble Knights. This is what a Noble Knight deck looks like. This is the usage ratio of all the cards. Now, what core cards can you use your dream ticket on? Nothing. There are no core cards of Noble Knights that you could use your dream ticket on, that you should use your dream ticket on. You're not using it for the Majrat. You're not using it for Dristan. They come from the structure deck. Don't do it. So here are really good tech cards to use your dream ticket on for Noble Knights if you care about just Noble Knights. Karma Cut, Raigeki Break. Raigeki Breaks is in a selection box, so maybe go for the selection box first with your gems before using a dream ticket. Moving on, Tier 2. Tier 2 Blue Eyes. Now, the Tier 2 Blue Eyes stats are mixed with a few weeks before the Alternative Dragon was released. I believe Alternative Dragon will be played at 99% of builds. Some also, same with Melody and Twin Burst Dragon. So these are a little bit different than how the deck is being played right now and doing well. So what are core cards to use your dream ticket on? Sage. Sage was not reprinted in the selection box, also not in the structured deck. It's used at 100% at 3. Use your dream ticket on this if you care about Blue Eyes. Don't worry if you're getting lost. I'm going to do a full little overview on what to use your dream ticket on at the end of this video. Blue Eye Spirit Dragon, 100% are using it. You want a Blue Eye Spirit Dragon. It's a core card. These are core to your deck. Vermilion Dragon Mech is also core to your deck. Even though it's not a Blue Eyes card, it's core. You're going to have a Blue Eyes on the field and a level 1 tuner. You're going to decide to make a Blue Eye Spirit Dragon or a Vermilion to pop. Core to the deck. Now, here are tech cards that Blue Eyes decks are using and their usage ratio. 100% are using Karma Cut, but I still say it's a tech card. It's replaceable. Raigeki Break, very good. White Stone of the Legend, some are using. 45% are not using. Michael, 57% are not using, but if you're missing just the cherry on top of your Blue Eyes White Dragon cake, these could be your cherries. Tier 2, Thunder Dragons. Here is what the deck looks like, how it's being played, and here are the core cards to use your Dream Ticket on. Thunder Dragon Hawk, it's used at 100%. You definitely want that with your Dream Ticket. Thunder Dragon Duo, just one is all you need. If that's the card you're missing, no question, boom, grab it. Raiden and Charge Light Brigade. This is being used in addition to Lupine. It's not being used it's not Raiden or Lupine. Thunder Dragons are playing both. And only 19% are not playing Raiden, which correlates with how many are not using the Charge Light Brigade. Very good. This is a semi-limited card, by the way. Now, what are tech cards to use with your Dream Ticket for Thunder Dragons? Sphere Kribo. But be careful that it is in a selection box. Same with the Raiden and the Charge. They are in the selection box 4. Maybe try to get them randomly before using your Dream Ticket. And the Kribo's also in the shop for $5. Top Tier 2. Tier 2, Invoke Neos. This is what the deck looks like. Core cards to use your Dream Ticket on. Purgatrio. Invoker. Invocation. These are the big three. If you're missing too many of these, maybe you might want to move on to another deck or just use your card on a staple or hold on to your Dream Ticket. Maybe you get one of these later. Who knows? But these are the big three and they all are ultra rare. That's not super rare, then ultra rare, then super rare. They're all ultra. You only got one ultra rare ticket. Now, also Winda has become core to the deck. And if you're not using Winda, 27% are not, you're using Stratos. It is core to the deck, though. You're not going to play the deck without Winda and without Stratos. It's Stratos or Winda as a core part of the deck to be used alongside Invoker. And you also need Ultipelio, at least one. It comes from a selection box. And the Stratos is not usable with your Dream Tickets, so don't even think about it. Don't think about it. Tech cards to use your Dream Tickets on for your Invoke deck is going to be Karma Cut, like every deck. Ballista Squad's pretty good. 15% are not using it. Canadia could be pretty good. Now we're moving on to Tier 3. Now, big warning with Tier 3. This could be a verbal warning. I'll also write this. Tier 3 could drop at any moment from the tier list. So you have to be careful about that. This could drop from the tier list. Any of these Tier 3 decks on the power rankings or by the TPC, they're teetering on Tier 3 or not being Tier 3, or they might be on the edge of being Tier 2 or Tier 3. Proceed with caution with Tier 3. I would only feel safe with Tier 1, Tier 2, but then those cards could be banned or limited. So that's the fear. Tier 3 is pretty safe from a ban list, but not safe from falling off the tier list. And Tier 1 and Tier 2 are safe from falling off the tier list, but they could get hit by a ban list. It's all a big risk, okay? Moving on, Tier 3, Black Wings. This is what a deck looks like. This is the ratios. You want that Simoon, not reprinted in a selection box. You want the Gale at 3, Black Whirlwind being used 100%, but not 100% at 3 because the level reduction deck is using it at 2 sometimes. And that card is actually reprinted, Black Whirlwind. We got Bora, 1 at 77%. So, Konami, why are the Black Wings not in the selection boxes? What's up with that, huh? And some top tech cards to use with your Tier 3 Black Wings. Consider any of these. These are the cherry on top of your Black Wing deck if you already have all the other cards. You're not going to need these as a core part of your deck. It's just the cherry. Desperado. What happened? Why is it not Tier 1, Tier 2? Well, with the new support of Noble Knights, this once top tier, Tier 1 deck has fallen because Noble Knights is a really bad matchup for this deck. All of the destruction protection, and also the Noble Knights can now return your cards back to the hand because you like being destroyed. Yeah, that's a big deal. So nothing really had to happen to this deck itself, just a bad matchup became an even better deck and even more played So that's naturally going to hurt your deck. It's still a great deck, though. What are core cards to this deck? Super Team Buddy Force Unite. I don't consider this like Karma Cut. This is a core part of the deck. It's used at so much. It's also reprinted in the selection box, so consider trying to get it from there. Luckily, maybe. You're going to use it with your Machina Fortress and your Desperado Barrel Dragon. It adds so much power and defensiveness to your deck. It really is core to the deck. Machina Fortress, 2 at 86%, a really good use with your ultra rare Dream Ticket. And tech cards to use your Dream Ticket on. Machina Gear Frame, you could live without the Gear Frame, but I'd say you can't live without the Fortress. You need Machina Fortress. Karma Cut, very good. These are great tech cards. Your deck's going to be optimal with Gear Frame, but not needed. Tier 3 Goki. This is what Gokis look like. Now, this could get a bit dangerous, okay? This deck is carried by its back row. So many could argue that a lot of these back row cards are core to the deck. They combo well, they work well with it. People say that the deck's only top tier because of Necro Valley. We can go back and forth on that. But either way, just to keep it simple, I'm going to say the core cards are just the Goki monsters, okay? Suprex, Twist Cobra, Rescorpio, Super, Ultra. These are all cards you could use your Dream Tickets on. They're also not reprinted in a selection box. Omega Lol, thank you, Konami. And then the rest are the cards that carry the deck, but I'm still calling them tech cards, okay? Necro Valley, Ballista, these are all cards you could use your Dream Ticket on if you really want to play Gokis. If you already have them, great. Then, finish off your Goki deck with these. But, Necro Valley is a really meta-dependent card. It's just dependent on if the most played deck gets affected by Necro Valley, then sure, this will be great. If the most played deck's not affected by Necro Valley, then it's going to be bad. You choose what you want to do with Goki. Then Witchcrafter. Here's the deck looks like. If you love Witchcrafters, then here are the core cards to use your Dream Ticket on. Shmeta being played at 300%. Pator, Madame. These are all the 3 main core cards. That's it for the core cards of the Witchcrafter deck. Now, the cherries on top of your lolly cake are going to be the Synchros, Karma, Charge Leoparguide, Cosmic Cyclone. All of these are good on top of your core. Now, even though these decks are not tier 3 from the Top Player Council, they are tier 3 on the power rankings. So if you don't know what that is, I'm just going to show you real quick. Go to the tier list. The Top Player Council are predicting what they believe will do well in an MCS or a KC Cup. They're predicting. They're like stock experts. But if we go to the robot, which is not predicting results, it's just saying what's doing well right now at the moment. And this automatically updated robot is showing Noble Knights, Desperado, Thunder Dragons as tier 1, tier 2, and then we got the tier 3, okay? So this is the automatic robot, so we're using this for the other tier 3 decks. So heroes. TPC don't believe that you should expect this in a competitive tournament among top tier players, but the power ranking says otherwise. They say, hey, we're seeing this reaching King of Games and doing kind of well in tournaments enough to be considered tier 3. So this is what the deck looks like. And if you want to use your Dream Ticket to build a hero deck, you have Ferris at 3, Anki at 3, Selection Box 2, so be careful with that if you want to try to get the Anki. But Stratos is not usable with your Dream Ticket. That's a big deal. That's a core card. I wouldn't even bother going in on these cards until you could have all of your Stratos. So if you have 3 Stratos, then go into these cards. Otherwise, just pass on this deck unless you really love heroes. If you love heroes, you probably have 3 Stratos though. Moving on. We have Ritual Beast. I'm not talking about the tech cards of these power ranking tier 3 decks, by the way. We're just going to look at the core cards. Ritual Beast, a budget-friendly deck, a good deck to just go into the mini box with your gems, because the mini box, also a lot of these got reprinted in the new selection box that you could go into with your gems to try to get. You're going to want 3 Altapalio, 3 sorry, my voice is cracking. Spiritual Beast Canahawk, used at 3. And all of them, all of the Dream Ticketable cards are from the Selection Box 4. So use your gems on that. then use your gems in the mini box, or just finish up your dream ticket usage with whatever you're missing. Fun deck, good deck, let's go. Cyber Dragon. This is what the deck looks like. Now, there could be an argument of, is Fusion Gate core? Is Fusion Gate attack? I'm considering it a core. Fight me. Core is core at 3, 100%. You could use your dream ticket on it. Chimera Tech Rampage, 2 to 3 at 100%. Cyberload Fusion, 2 to 3 at 100%. Fusion Gate, 2 to 3 at 100% under core. These are a lot of cards you need for a Cyber Dragon deck. This is an expensive deck. It's all over the place. There's too many cards that are super rare or ultra rare. 1 and 2 at 100, 1 and 2 at 100. There's so many. But if you've been building Cyber Dragons for a very long time, then now's your chance. Use your dream ticket. Compile all your older dream tickets too. A lot of them are usable on all these cards. Just gather this deck. And shame on you, Konami. Fusion Gate is from the first box ever. Why is it not reprinted yet? What is going on? They would rather give you a Deep Sea Diva. Tell me what that's being used in that people care about. Nothing, really. I like Water Exceed, though. Come on, Fusion Gate. Konami, what are you doing? Now, even though I didn't show techs of the other decks, these strong techs, they synergize with the skill, so I'm showing them Cyclone and the Heralds of the Abyss. These are the cherries on top of your core Cyber Dragon deck. And then honorable mentions. You never know within a couple weeks, the tournaments, something coming out of nowhere, the MCS. These decks could do well. Like Fire Kings just got top 2 of a tournament. Maybe that's going to spark interest from the community to play more of it, and it showed that how good the deck is. Then it might be on the tier list. So here are some cards from the honorable mentions of what you could snipe with your dream ticket. Picking up that 1 Sphinx could be a good idea for your Tri-Mid deck if you already have it nearly complete. Some Dark Lords with Star Seraph. Pick up your Dragoonity Kaos. Maybe that's all you've been needing for your Dragoony deck. Maybe you want to pick up some Magnets or the Fusion Spell. Now, for context of a lot of this, here are cards that are trending. Going up. Up, up, up. Here are cards on the decline. Going down, 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 down. So if you like Lance, Lance is kind of falling off. And if you like any of these cards, they're going up. Now let's get to the overview of your dream ticket. You're going to use it. You saw the information. Let's compile it. Maybe your brain's all scrambled. Let's put your brain back together. Remember, main UR over a mini UR. Do not use your ticket on a structure deck card. Do not use it on an event card, and do not use it on Axe Raider. There's going to be comments in my channel. Go find them. They're going to say that they use it on Axe Raider. I don't know why, but check it out. Say something to them. Ask them why they're using their card on Axe Raider. They probably have 10, maybe they have 20 Axe Raiders by now. I can't stop them. I tell them every time to not use it on Axe Raider. So, your first priority with your ultra rare ticket. If you like Blue Eyes, you're going to use it on the Spirit Dragon or the Vermilion with your UR Dream Ticket. If you like Thunder Dragons, you're going to use it on Hawk. If you like Invoked, you're going to use it on Purgatrio, Invoked, or Invocation. Now for mini boxes, which is a lower priority, if you like Ritual Beast, you're going to use it on Winda or the Altapelio. So that's the main priorities with your UR Dream Ticket compiled into a nice little neat compilation there. Now, you have a super rare ticket. Your main priorities are, if you love Blue Eyes, you're using it on Sage. If you love Thunder Dragons, you're using it on Duo, Raiden, or Charger Light Brigade. Do consider the selection boxes, though. And then we moving on already. Now, your second priority with your super rare and ultra rare dream tickets. So these are the main ones to use your tickets on. Now we're moving on to the next priority, okay? You're going to be using it on powerful staples, techs that are not core to the deck, like Karma Cut. Most used card, being used all over the place. It's not going to be core to your deck, but it's such a good card. If you love Noble Nuts and you already have your 3 Karma Cuts, or it doesn't matter because it's a different rarity, pick up Raigeki Break. It's not going to come at the cost of the Karma Cut, so it shouldn't even be compared. There you go. Noble Knights love this deck. Card. Cosmic Cyclone, its usage, not in tier 1 or tier 2 decks, but still it's all over the place. Consider trying to get it from the selection box and from the sale, or the replacements are good. Canadia, also a good idea. So that's it for the first and second priority. The rest are core cards from a tier 3, plus tech cards from a tier 1, tier 2 that are maybe not most super duper used, and tier 3 techs. So these decks, anything we talked about, go back into the review for Blackwings, Desperado Goki, Witchcrafter, Hero, Cyber Dragon, Ritual Beast. Tier 3, they could fall off the tier list. They go to tier 2, then they become even more valuable. Just be careful, because Desperado dropped from tier 1 all the way to tier 3. Like, what? How does that happen? That was on Konami, not on us. They're the one that released new Noble Knight support out of nowhere. Things could be unpredictable. But if Desperado was tier 3 and they released the new Noble Knight support, Desperado would have fell off the tier list. So these are in danger of falling off if Konami does any big changes randomly. Be careful. Like I'm just saying, just repeating myself, you never know. They could fall off any week. And real quick, best tech cards. If you don't care about core cards, if you don't care about a certain deck, you want longevity with your dream ticket, the best longevity is probably going to be just grab a Karma Cut. Just grab it. Or if you want longevity with your ultra rare ticket, you don't care about a deck specifically, pick up a Cosmic Cyclone or a Raigeki Break. I think these are going to be the main cards to use it on if you don't care about a core card of a top tier deck and you just want to get the most mileage out of your dream ticket. Because we all know the top tier decks, they get hit after KC Cups. It happens. It's good for the game. It's healthy for the game. But you still may want those cards for those top decks within the couple months they're going to be good. Otherwise, if you're someone that really hates ban lists, then these might be the best cards to just go in on. And don't go in on a top tier deck if you are going to be really upset about a ban list balancing your deck. Otherwise, just use your dream ticket on any deck you enjoy. Tier 3 is going to be safe from ban lists, I believe. So if you don't care about being cutting edge, top tier, best of the best, then you could ignore tier 2, tier 1, and your priority could be tier 3, core cards, or just check out the top decks page. Anything here, anything. My voice, it's gone. That's it. That's the end of the video. You could get it on any of these cards. Just do it. All right. Thank you. Fools.